The Shredder in Fallout 76 is probably one of the strangest weapons in the game simply because of how particular it is about what actually boosts its damage. For instance, if you've seen my previous video on the Shredder, you'll know that even trying to choose the right 4-star for it can be tricky. And now with the addition of playable Ghoul characters, things get even crazier. But is it for the better? Spoiler alert. It's a lot better.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
First, we need to figure out what actually works with the Shredder. Here's a list of everything. First star options are anti-armor or vampires. Bashers is the only second star option. Boosting strength also increases the basher damage. Now, the caveat with this is as you increase strength, you won't actually see the damage numbers from the enemy go up. You have to actually pay attention to the health bar and how fast it goes down. It's really weird. One of the many quirks of the Shredder is that you can't really trust the damage numbers all that well. Pinpointers and fracturers are the only two 4 stars that will work. Pinpointers is probably your better option right now. Pinpointers in the public test server right now is nerfed. Pinpointers will probably be nerfed once that next big update hits and goes live on the actual game. But even after that nerf happens, pinpointers will probably still be the better option of these two. And fracturers is fun because explosions! If you're using fracturers, boosting things that increase explosive damage, like Demo Expert and Bomb Scientist, will also increase the explosion damage from fracturers. The accelerated barrel seems to be the one that increases the damage because you actually see the numbers go up when hitting an enemy. Just use the accelerated barrel and you'll be fine. Syringer and Tesla cannon debuffs. Pretty much any debuff that you can use that will reduce the enemy's damage resistance will increase the damage of the Shredder. Twisted Muscle mutation. This is the only mutation that'll work. Taking one for the team works as long as you have one other teammate. And in strength, obviously you want Basher. And then you definitely want radioactive strength. This is the biggest needle mover on this entire list. Radioactive strength does 150% extra bash damage, but that damage is multiplicative. Whether or not that was intended, who knows, but it equals up being at least 400 to 500% extra damage. It's pretty nuts. Sometimes even way more than Endurance. That. Bullet shield. This one is tough to proc. I tried testing this multiple times with ammo in it, 5mm loaded, without ammo loaded. Also trying to attack an enemy and be shot at from a different enemy at the same time, because apparently some people have said that bullet shield works with the Shredder only when you're actually attacking something. I could never get it to proc. Maybe you guys could try this one out. If you've used bullet shield with no ammo in it and got it to proc using just the Shredder, leave a comment below. Strange in numbers if you have one other mutated teammate. Intelligence, Bomb Scientist. This is really only if you're using fracturers. Same thing with Demo Expert. Stabilized works. Gunslinger. This is a really good perk card. I have a video on that if you want to get more information on it. Covert Ops, which also works because sneak bonuses work on the Shredder, which is pretty interesting. You can actually get a sneak bonus while attacking the Guardian and then get that 2 to 3 times extra sneak bonus, which is crazy. And then lastly, Faulty Spots, which is a Ghoul perk card, and Luck will also work. So this is the current special loadout for the Shredder Ghoul build. Strength is maxed out at 15. We also have a Strength legendary card on top of that. And then the rest of these here, these are the perk cards. Traveling Pharmacy, Basher, obviously. Radioactive Strength. This is the most important thing in the entire build. This is the biggest needle mover as far as outputting the damage of the Basher, so you definitely want this. Brick Wall. This is one of the best things about being a Ghoul. Being immune to staggering, especially for a melee character, is awesome. Pain Train. This we're using in combination with Choo-Choos. We're doing a lot of running around, a lot of sprinting to the enemy so we can close the distance. So you can sprint into them, hit them with Pain Train, they get staggered. That stagger will give you enough time to pull out the Shredder, rev it up, and attack before he even starts attacking you. Blocker, because we're doing a lot of melee attacks, so we're going to receive a lot of melee attacks, so this makes sense. Concentrated Fire is really for the cold shoulder, just to be able to target a little bit better at distance. Breathe it in to reduce radiation resistance. Life Giver is really important with ghouls. You have 2 health bars, essentially, so the more you increase your health, you get double the benefits. Through Hiker, because we're carrying a lot of colas and food items, this is optional. Bullet Shield, like we were talking about earlier, maybe sometimes works, maybe not. Whatever, we've got it on here anyway. Cola Nut, so that way we can get more benefits from the colas we use. Starch Genes to keep our current mutations and not take any more. Glowing Gut helps Toxic Goo to work 300% better. Strange in Numbers to increase damage more. United Ordeal, so we can hopefully get on a team with a Ghoul and get that extra strength bonus. Stabilized, of course. Batteries included, optional. Demo Expert, Bomb Scientist. This is for when we decide to use Fracturer's version. We'll get a little bit extra damage from the explosions. Covert covert operative because sneak attacks do work, so we definitely want that boosted. Gunslinger, great perk card, does multiplicative damage, and it does work with the shredder, so we're maxing that out. Pack and Light, one rank of this gives 25% AP refresh compared to Action Boy, which only gives 15%. Enforcer to increase crippling chance. This is great for things that are flying around like the Scorchbeast Queen, etc. Escape Artist to help us sneak a little bit better. Curator, optional. Ricochet is great, even if you're not in Strangleheart or Thorn. Wild West Hands, this one is super fun. This makes it to where sometimes the Cold Shoulder will get a free reload 2 or even 3 times in a row. Faulty Spots, weak point damage. You could run rank 3 or Class Freak instead of Wild West Hands if you didn't feel right popping mutations every hour to get rid of all the negative effects. Obviously, this is going to be our main guy. Anti-armor, bash damage, strength, pinpointers with the accelerated barrel, and shredder attachment. And that's all you need. This is going to be the main thing we use. Probably right now the best DPS in the game. In order to get these mods, you would just scrap miniguns until you unlock the shredder and accelerated barrel. Second shredder version we have is anti-armor, basher's intelligence, and fracturers. This is really just for XP grinding. XP grinding works really well with fracturers because the explosion damage tag more enemies, therefore you get more XP. Next one is the cold shoulder. You can really use any version of the cold shoulder you want. You could use prime barrel, but the hair trigger is just super fun because of how fast that it fires. This is great because it helps to cripple things that are flying around like Scorchbeast. It also freezes enemies really quickly, which is great if you're a melee build. The enemy's kind of far off. You can hit them with the cold shoulder, freeze them, and it makes it a lot easier to run up to them and melee attack. The dragon, this is just for the Guardian to get the shield down. Just equip this. You don't even have to shoot them with it. You just hold this while you're having ricochet on. It just does most of the work. This is the Syringer with the Endanger All barrel. This gives us 25% reduction in damage resistance for 2 minutes. Shredder automatically does more damage. There's also a way to shoot the Syringer a certain way to where you actually fire 2 shots instead of 1 before having to reload. We'll show that in a little bit. And then here's our second debuff, which is just the Tesla cannon. It only does the damage resistance for 6 seconds, but this one's also great for tagging. Here's the power armor that we're running. It's a full set of T60 because the Brotherhood really loves ghouls. They accept them with arms wide open.
Doing ghouls for a roof over my head sounds like a good trait to me.
All pieces have choo-choos. All pieces have cavaliers. 4 out of 5 of the pieces have strength. 1 of them has agility. You could do all strength, of course, but on the torso, we do have motion assist servos for the extra +2 strength. On the legs, we have kinetic servos. You could run calibrated shocks, of course. Ghouls have a huge AP problem. So even if this +1 action point regen while moving is not that much, +2 for both legs, you need all the help you can get. And then the arms, optimized bracers. The 1 stars for each piece are assassins, hunters, troubleshooters, and ghoul slayers. You could do 5 different reduction 1 stars, or you could just do a full set of vanguards or whatever you want. So the choo-choos on all 5 pieces combined with cavaliers on all pieces, sprinting to our targets to do that 500 damage to them. That's also why we're using kinetic servos on the legs, because we're going to be moving a lot. Then you combine that with pain train, which is also staggering the enemy. Just trying to synergize as many things with this power armor set to each other as we can. You're running a lot, sprinting into enemies, getting close to them. So that way you can use the shredder. Here's what our stats look like in the Pip-Boy. You don't have to repop mutations every hour if you want. Just running a leader's bobblehead for now just to get some extra XP, but this is what our Pip-Boy stats look like. This character does have some Nuka-Cola twists, so we're going to try to use some of those to get the 2+ extra strength from that. We got Company T going. Also, feral meter is full, so we get that +3 strength from that. And then just running some food buffs here. And then these are the mutations. Bird Bones, Carnivore, Eagle Eyes. Egghead is optional. Electrically charged, just because we're going to be getting hit by a lot of melee attacks. Not much, but a little extra something. Empath, less damage overall. Grounded for energy resistance. Herd Mentality, +3 all specials, so we can boost strength even more. Marsupial for carry weight and jump height. Scaly Skin for more resistances. Speed Demon for more move speed and reload speed. Twisted Muscles, because that's also boosting bash damage. And then Unstable Isotope, because when this procs, it'll actually give us radiation damage, which heals us a little bit. Start by doing a little choo-choos demonstration with no weapon equipped. That guy died instantly. The thing that's really weird about choo-choos too is it will proc while you're running, but if you're in the air jumping. Choo-choo and pain train also make 2 different noises, so you'll be able to hear them proc independently. What's actually happening here with all of this is Choo-Choo and Pain Train are procking left and right. Also, Ricochet is also helping to take out the rest of them. So let's pull the shredder out now. Boom. Staggered. Bam. So that's ideally what you want to happen. Sprint to the enemy, hit him with Pain Train, they get staggered. And the time that they're staggered, you pull out the Shredder. There's another one. You can see right here, these two guys, level 100s. Pretty much as soon as we touch them with the Shredder, they're just going down. I mean, you don't even have time to really even see the health bar go down. It's just instant. We see here a couple Super Mutants, just instant. They're going down so fast that it's really hard to even notice what's going on. So for regular mobs, the Shredder is just complete overkill. That's also another reason why we have Ricochet, Pain Train, and Choo-Choos here. So that way we can try to take out some mobs without having to pull up the Shredder and wait for it to spin up. You might be able to just take care of some of these smaller enemies, because the Shredder is just too overkill in that situation. Here's an example of that Syringer trick, how you can get 2 shots off with one. You have to be in first person, but you fire once, switch to zoom, and then immediately fire again. Kind of tricky, but practicing it a little bit, you can get an idea.
Oh my god, is he dead? Man, what? What? What the hell? Weasel, this is ridiculous right now.
So it's probably safe to say that the Shredder's just a little op right now. It's kind of good. Maybe use it if you want to do some damage. Thank you so much if you got this far in the video. And if you did, hit that subscribe button, like the video, or you don't have to do either of those things, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And who gives a f?